Yo, what's up, what's up? This is your man Fetch the Great checking in once again. Let's get straight to it. Alright fellas, let's have a real conversation. Now I know this might ruffle some feathers, but sometimes the truth ain't pretty. Today we're breaking down why 90% of women in modern society have become completely undateable. Now before anybody start getting in their feelings, understand that this isn't about bashing women. It's about looking at the current dating landscape with a clear, unfiltered perspective. Because if you've been in the game long enough, you start to notice that there are certain patterns that simply cannot be ignored. So let's kick this off by addressing the elephant in the room, which is social media. And I ain't talking about just a little Instagram scrolling, nah. I'm talking about the full-blown digital ego boost that's got regular women out here moving like they're A-list celebrities. You got fives walking around with the confidence of tens, all because they've been gassed up by DMs and likes from dudes all over the world. It's like we're living in this damn Kardashian culture where every woman thinks she's the main character, and a man is just a sidekick in her IG story. But here's the thing, that constant validation does have a price. It's got a lot of women losing touch with reality, acting like the world revolves around them. They're turning down solid, real men in their own cities because they're too busy fantasizing about the six-figure earners or those blue-check athletes that are sliding into their inboxes. And let's be real, most of those dudes that they're chasing aren't even taking them seriously. Now let's talk about the hypergamy factor. This concept has been around since the caveman days, but social media has truly turned it up 100. For those unfamiliar, hypergamy is the tendency for women to date up, looking for a man with more status, more resources, or more power than they have. And in 2025, that has reached a whole new level. See, every woman now has access to that top 10% man. The six-figure earners, the six-footers, the men with six-pack abs, through a simple swipe or DM. And that's cool in theory, but in practice, it means the average dude, the hard-working, loyal guy who's just trying to make a decent living, is getting overlooked like the damn side salad at a barbecue. He's invisible because he simply does not fit that hyper-polished fantasy image that most women have cooked up in their heads. It's a damn shame, but it's the truth. Now let's talk about this whole "I don't need a man" movement that most women are on these days. Look, I respect a woman who's ambitious and driven. I do. I'm all for people chasing their goals, but some women have taken this independence thing to a whole new level. It's like they've been sold this damn lie that men are nothing more than optional accessories, and that mindset is killing their dating prospects. When you're out here moving like a lone wolf, treating men as nothing more than disposable upgrades, you are setting yourself up for a lonely road. Because here's the truth. No real man wants to be in a relationship where he feels like an option or an accessory. And that's what a lot of these so-called independent women are doing, treating men like background characters in the movie of their lives. Now let's talk about hookup culture. I mean, look, I get it. Trust me, I get it. We're living in a fast food generation, guys. Everything's about convenience and instant gratification, but relationships are not meant to be like drive-through meals. They're not. You can't just swipe left or right, collecting bodies like it's nothing, and then expect to magically be ready for a deep, meaningful connection when you hit 30. That's not how it works. And the problem is, a lot of women have bought into this casual culture and they don't even realize the long-term damage that it does. They think they can just turn it off when they're ready to settle down, but it doesn't work like that. You don't just unring the damn bell. Those emotional scars and all that baggage, it doesn't just disappear. And let's just keep it a buck. Men can absolutely tell when a woman has been overly experienced, shall we say. Lastly, we gotta talk about entitlement, guys. We live in a time where a lot of women have been sold that fairy tale that they are the prize, regardless of how little they actually bring to the table. Now don't get me wrong, every person does have value, but that doesn't mean you get to treat people like options while demanding loyalty and commitment in return. Bruh, I've seen so many women out here moving with this all or nothing mentality. They want a man who checks off every box on their list, but they never stop to ask themselves if they actually measure up to those exact same standards. That's a huge problem. They demand chivalry, but refuse to be supportive partners. They expect loyalty, but keep a roster full of backup options. And then they get the nerve to wonder why the damn relationships never last. Bitch, are you dumb, crazy, or both? So what's the takeaway here? Am I saying that all modern women are undateable? Of course not. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're a man who values respect, loyalty, and a genuine connection, then you absolutely have to move differently out here, fellas. That's just what it is. Protect your energy, vet very carefully, and never lower your standards just because the dating pool feels shallow at the moment. Always focus on becoming the very best version of yourself and surrounding yourself with women who truly appreciate what you bring to the table. And you'll avoid a lot of the heartbreak and frustration that comes along with modern dating. Hopefully you found some value in all of the things that I broke down in this video. If so, please do smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to drop me a comment, alright? In the meantime, stay sharp, fellas. Keep your standards high, your vision clear, and your energy protected at all times. This is your man Thatch the Great. I'll holla. Peace.